Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. Kasapi ng KBP. Naglilingkod, nagbabalita, may paninindigan. Radyo Inquirer 990 AM.
With branches all over the Philippines, Hotel Sogo is the hotel chain of choice for travelers and balikbayans. Affordable, safe.
Hello, magandang umaga po uli. This is Ellison Barcelo po. Welcome po sa Bigatin Radio. Kamusta po mga kabigatin? Ma'am Arnia, na-miss na kita. 2 weeks na tayong hindi nagkita. Pagaling ka. Marami po tayong pag-uusapan ngayon. Ang bisita natin, mga bigatin talaga. No? Yung iba galing sa Milan, Italy. At yung siyempre, yung kaibigan natin sa IBM. Pag-usapan natin yung kung paano yung mga startups natin na makakatipid at lalong gaganda yung kanilang application, kung ano man yan. At the same time, tuturuan din tayo ng mga kaibigan natin sa IBM kung ano yung mga paraan para mapaganda natin yung mga ginagawa natin na applications, kung paano tayo makakatipid at makakahingita din tayo ng advice kung ano yung mga magandang paraan para sa ganun ay mas lalong gumanda lahat yung ginagawa natin na produkto para mapagbigyan natin at makapagbigay tayo ng magandang serbisyo sa mga gumagamit ng ating mga application. Siyempre, makakasama natin ngayon ang magagandang lalaki, kamukha ko. Unahin natin muna ngayon si Jay Villarante, co-founder of Pocket Market. Jay, kamusta?
Okay naman.
Wala ka bang babatiin?
Yung wife ko, happy birthday.
Happy birthday! Sabihin mo naman yung pangalan.
Jen.
Jen. Happy birthday, Jen! At makakasama din po natin ngayon ang Chief Marketing Officer of Pocket Market, Walter De Mesa.
Kumusta po?
Ayan.
Kumusta mga kabigatin?
Yan. Sige, pag-usapan natin ngayon, kasi you just went from Milan? Kailan to?
Nung March, pumunta kami nung last week of March. And
so yung sa Milan, Global Entrepreneurship Week. Kumbaga mga 600 entries, 600 startups from all over the world. 600 entries spread over 38 countries ang nag-enter. Tapos nagpili sila ng top 50 startups in the world. Spread over 19 countries, and Pocket Market was one of the top 50 startups. So na-invite kami pumunta sa Milan, Italy.
Milan, yes.
So
this was in Feb?
This was in March.
In March? Okay. Pero bago to, paano kayo nag-apply? Open ba? Open kahit casino?
Open siya sa lahat ng startups around middle of 2014, and na-announce yung winners October noong 2014.
Okay. Ngayon, ano may qualification para makasali dito?
Basically, dun sa application, kailangan lang mag-pitch ng startup. So, mag-input lang nila doon yung pitch nila, and kung meron ng working product, then i-add lang nila yung website.
Do you have to pay any parang
no, wala.
Entry fee? Wala.
And then merong magse-select na panel doon. Yun.
Sa mga Southeast Asia may mga sumali din.
Meron.
From what
Sa
country?
Philippines.
Philippines meron din. Anong startup?
Hindi namin alam eh.
Okay.
So hindi na dinisclose yung mga
winners.
nag-enter na 600.
600.
So yung top 50 lang nakalagay sa website, sa GW website. So yun lang na-disclose. So bukod doon, di namin alam kung anong iba from Southeast Asia.
Pero may nagsabi sa amin merong from the
Is this a yearly event, yung Global Entrepreneurship?
Yes.
So basically in sa Milan, you get a grouping of people from, economists, all the startups, industry leaders, and really it's a good opportunity for startups to really collaborate. So there's really a camaraderie between all the startups from all over the world.
Do you have also VCs there na
yes.
who listen?
May mga sessions doon na pwede kang...
Nagtanong sila?
pwede ka
inyo?
mag-pitch ng yes,
Oh,
may
yes.
mga nakausap kami mga venture capitalists.
Oh, so far, ano naman ang balita?
Maraming kaming right now in contact pa rin tayo with mga venture capitalists na na-meet doon. Pero ang important dun sa sa event kasi nag-talk yung mga investors about how to build your product and how to pitch yung product mo and yung mga
At least you learn something, no?
yes.
Contacts, kamusta yung network natin doon?
Uh,
With other startups?
yeah, marami tayo na na-meet doon na mga may interesting na mga ideas din.
Oo.
Halos pare-pareho ba yung revenue model nila, yung platform nila, doon sa mga top 50 o iba-iba din?
Iba-iba din. Tsaka, yung iba, hindi software eh. Yung iba, for example, yung nanalo last year is, anong name?
Actually, ano siya, Brizometer. So, yung nanalo,
What's
basically, it's an environmental application na
It measures air quality.
Air quality?
Oo.
So, it's not a software. So, iba-ibang mga products yung nandun. Iba-ibang mga startups din ang nandun.
But yung naging recurring theme talaga between all countries was that when the different applications started talking to each other or different founders, yung naging recurring theme was yung ecosystem of startups within each country. So, yung iba-ibang countries, may different problem siya. For example, one country would have a good community of startups pero yung existence ng investors wala masyado. Tapos yung ibang countries naman may mga investors pero wala masyadong presence ng startups to invest in. So yung main theme talaga, well, hindi naman main theme pero yung naging recurring na conversation was how do you build an ecosystem of startups within a country talaga where you have all the different components na nag-interact from support of the government, different investors, the community of startups to the schools feeding yung technical knowledge talaga.
Okay. Kasi meron akong nabasa sa Manila Bulletin with your co-founder, di ba?
Si Paulo.
Yeah, si Paulo. Kasi nakalagay doon, what's the problem with this ecosystem dito sa Pilipinas? Pwede ba kitang tanungin, kayong dalawa? O sige, ano ba yung sa tingin mo ang problema natin? Kasi may nabasa ako doon na we are very lucky kasi we have developers here na mura na pero ang quality talagang world class, di ba? Yun, ano ba sa tingin mo yung medyo problema dito ng ecosystem natin?
I think hindi yung Filipino sa culture natin yung maging businessman, yung malaki yung yung ambition to grow sa
may nakita kasi ako doon
within tech.
Meron doon parang I read na sabi niya na pagka tinanong isang startup kaya mo bang talunin yung Facebook? Parang ganoon ba 'yon? Tapos sabi niya, may hindi naman, parang ganoon. Wala tayong masyadong parang commitment na talagang gusto nating that big na tingin natin na pwede tayong pang world class talaga na globally na pwede tayong mag-compete.
Other foreign startups kasi I mean, in terms of attitude generally, very confident talaga sila, 'di ba? I mean, kung tanungin mo na, are you going to be one of the best startups in the world? Yes. They're very strong about how they express themselves. Whereas Filipino, we're not to be, I don't know, but we're a lot nicer in the sense na we're humble, 'di ba? So when they ask us, of course, the ambition is there naman, pero you don't want to say.
Pero eventually sa tingin mo, we can have a startup na talagang will compete talaga globally katulad sa ibang bansa?
I think capable yung mga Filipinos, pero yung willingness right now, hindi tayo ganun ka-risk taker compared sa other
when it comes to tech, I think the Philippines talaga, we have the talent. That's not the question naman. I think the thing is that in the Philippines, when people are in college, you ask them na parang what do you want to do, and the usual route of career route is to enter corporate,
to be employed,
to be employed, it's
parang routine na lang, no?
There's been that set route na, diba? But to get the answer from a student that's graduating na, after college I'm gonna go off on my own and start my own startup. That's not a very common answer.
Kasi
diba?
the problem with that is, for example, is funding. Di ba? If you want to have any startup company, to be any startup, bali, you have to have a fund eh.
Right.
Ang problem is, sino?
Oo. Well,
sige, wag na tayo lumayo. Sa inyo na lang. Sige. Sa inyo, do you have VCs?
Yes. Yung Pocket Market may angel
Investor, yeah.
na based dito rin sa Philippines.
Pwede mo bang sabihin kung how much, more or less?
Hindi namin pwede i-disclose.
Yeah.
Sige, how many years na ba kayo? How many years nang how old is
More than nag-start kami ng development ng Pocket Market April 2014.
Okay.
And we launched Pocket Market November.
How many developers do you have?
Total Pocket Market 15.
15?
The whole team.
The whole team?
Engineering team doon about half.
Half? Malaki pa sweldo niyo per month. Bootstrapping din.
Kung titingnan yung burn rate namin, hindi rin naman ganun kalaki compared sa other startups. We're still lean pa rin yung namin, yung
15 to, pero malaki na rin yun, no? Siguro may 500 to 600 a month.
Yeah,
1,000 ha?
Kailangan
pasweldo mo ha?
Kailangan namin yung i-support yung growing.
Saan mo naman kukunin yung 600,000 a month, di ba? Kung ordinaryong estudyante ka lang, for example, kagagraduate mo lang, then sige, put up tayo ng startup company ng ganitong application, di ba? Yung iba naman dyan, hindi naman papayag na walang sweldo.
And
yung founders and CTO, malamang pwede na wala mo ng sweldo kasi sila yung founders. Pero in the rest, medyo, siguro for the first 3 months, 6 months, okay lang. Pero after a year,
Oo. And when I was saying na yung college students, they go off into startups, sometimes it doesn't necessarily mean na mag-start din silang startups nila, di ba? It could also mean na they're gonna enter, their first job is gonna be with the startup as an employee. Pero I think currently in the Philippines, Pero mahirap to convince yung newly grads? That's what it is. Kasi ngayon, within the Philippines, there's no geographical hub talaga. Where in the States, pwede kang pumunta sa Silicon Valley, diba? And you already know there's that sense of security na
pipitch ka lang, pwede na.
I mean, as if you want to be an employee, you can go there and find a job. And if, one company doesn't work out, alam mo na next door, meron din isang company. Pero sa Philippines, wala pa masyadong startup hub within one area na kung pumunta yung new grad doon, may security na if I lose my job in one company, pwede akong lumipat ng isang company.
Siguro kaya walang mga masyadong angel investors. Kasi very risky.
Yes.
Di ba?
That's how I started actually. I started with Friendster back then, 2006. Fresh grad ako noon. And Friendster back then was huge. But it was startup. Hindi pa siya kumikita noon. It's a huge gamble because ang daming other companies, big companies na nag-hire ng ComSci graduates. So, pero I went to a startup kasi I think ang dami ko matututunan. How a startup works, anong processes nila. So, yun, for the, I think, lahat ng career life, lahat startups. So,
risk-taker siya.
Hindi ako pumunta sa big companies.
That's okay lang naman eh. Diba? Hindi lang naman sila yung big companies. Diba?
Yun.
Bakit nga pala?
I think, kasi na-challenge ako sa startup. Kasi,
pero may startup ka na nag-fail. May startup ka na nag-fail.
Meron din. Kasi pag sa startup ka, yung gagawin mo will affect a lot of people. A lot of your, like, say for example, sa Friendster, counting feature na gagawin namin doon, counting code na gagawin namin will affect millions of users. Kasi millions of users back then yung users. So, yun. And, merong parang yung risk na mag-fail.
Malaki.
Very challenging para sa akin. So, I think yun yung nagmo-motivate sa akin. Kailangan ma-solve. Na hindi
yung ratio ba na
kailangan ma-solve yung problems.
1:10? Ganun ba talaga ngayon ng failure? In every startup?
Yes. Ganun? Totoo yun.
Kung ako naman investors, hindi rin naman ako, kung Pilipino ako, hindi ko masyadong alam yun, hindi naman ako masyadong mag-invest. Diba?
Yes.
Pero ang problema kasi natin dito, wala tayong masyadong nakikitang support ng government.
Yun din.
Diba? Na hindi katulad sa Singapore, sa ibang bansa na, diba, sa Vietnam, yung government means nila merong subsidy, di ba? na binibigay. Diba?
And it's really a cycle din, diba? I mean, for startups to thrive, kailangan mo talaga ng support ng government. I mean, like I was saying earlier, bukod sa, schools na, different universities na na-engage to be feeder schools for startups, kailangan din ng investors, pero kailangan talaga yung support ng government as well.
Yung nga nakakatuwa, di ba? Medyo ironic yung katulad sa Uber. Di ba? Medyo lilegalize na ng LTO.
Right.
Di ba? Lilegalize na ng LTO by next year yata. Nililegalize na nila. Magkakaroon sila ng window for that kind of service. Tapos, kung ganun ang pananaw ng gobyerno na yung mga ganitong klaseng negosyo, kinakailangan natin talagang harapin na talagang mangyayari. Why not magising din sila na kinakailangan tayong sumuporta sa startup ecosystem ng Pilipinas, di ba? Pero wala pa rin masyado eh. Meron nga yung kay Senator Bam, yung there's a bill na medyo iano tayo sa tax. Meron tayong tax holiday for 2 years or 3 years pagka startup ka.
Sobrang helpful yun if ever kasi mahirap mag-hire talaga ng employees.
Hindi lang yun. Pagka startup ka, magbabayad ka ng PhilHealth, magbabayad ka ng Pag-ibig, magbabayad ka ng SS, magbabayad ka ng tax, magbabayad ka ng mayor's permit. Doon pa lang 100,000 na yun. Lalo na pagka Quezon City ka.
And sometimes yung tax perks mas favored pa yung big companies yung startups. Kasi yung big companies meron silang cut sa tax if they are a hub sa region. So
siyempre pag startup for the first year, wala pang revenues yan, more or less eh. Lalo na pagka sa mga applications, wala eh. Hindi pa naman kagad mag-ano yun. Wala pang traction masyado. Kaya hindi masyadong mabigat para sa founders at para din sa mga kapitalista na magtayo ng mga ganitong klaseng negosyo na bago lang na magdi-disrupt, diba? Tapos wala pang kasiguraduhan na talagang kikita. Yung risk talaga napakalaki. First 2 years, malamang lugi pa yan eh. Buti na lang, SafeMatch, which is 2 years pa lang, nakakuha na sila ng 2.5 million, di ba, na dollars. Napakaswerte nila Lachow sa kanila. Pero hindi naman lahat ng startups, ganun. May mga kilala ko startups, medyo tahimik na, medyo hindi mo naman sasabing nag-fail na, pero talagang wala na. Yun ang ano natin.
For Pocket Market din, I think kailangan talaga to explore going out of country as well, and seeing how they can engage in investing within the Philippines. So that's one way, diba?
Yung network na hinahanap namin right now, we are talking to a lot of other investors, and then yung hinahanap kasi namin, those investors could help us grow to other markets in other countries.
Kasi ang problem pa niyan is kung dito sa Pilipinas ginawa, magkiklik ka, sigurado ko kopyahin ka kagad eh. What if kung may kumopya kagad sa Silicon Valley? Tapos, ang bilis doon, di ba? Kasi nasa US ka, yung market mo napakalaki. Di ba? Compared dito sa Pilipinas, palagi natin mag-click, kokopyahin lang. Parang lagi tayong agabyado. Di ba? Parang, baka may gumaya din or may existing na yan.
Actually, yun din, bago kami nag-start ng interview ngayon, yung ng conversation namin ni Jay. Kasi yung Manila Bulletin, nag-message sila, nagtanong din sila na ano ba yung mga, meron bang protection for intellectual property within the Philippines for startups? So I was asking Jay, sabi ko that part hindi ako sure.
Wala.
So, Jay,
mahirap kasi pag startup
hindi meron man tayo sa IPO.
Budget mo for patent.
Diba? Kasi yung para sa codes, 'di ba? May copyright lang. Pero mismo sa parang walang protection, wala eh. Yung idea wala masyado dito sa US meron.
Sa US meron. You can patent yung software mo. Yun ang problema dito, wala pa. Kaya ibig sabihin, for example, ikaw nakita ko magki-click ka na, bakit gayahin ko kaya? Pwede, 'di ba? Kaya unahan na lang kung mas malaki yung fund mo, mas okay. Katulad sa Uber, sa Lyft, saka meron tayong Tripid din dito. Hindi naman pwedeng kaya ni Tripid makipag-compete kay Uber. At sa pagalingan na rin sa product. Kasi syempre, mas pupunta pa rin yung mga users sa products na mas maganda.
Kasi, compared to Grab a Taxi saka Easy Taxi, nakita mo medyo nawawala yung Easy Taxi. Kasi nga, yung Grab a Taxi, meron silang, minsan, may binabayaran pa nila eh. Yung taxi driver, kahit na, basta makakuha lang ng pasahero. Yung competition, ganun eh. Ibig sabihin, di ba, ang minsan, pagka sumakay ka ng taxi sober, may bayad. Di ba, sa iba. Sa kanila, wala nang fee yung pag para magkaroon ka ng, ibig sabihin, para magkumuha ka ng taxi, wala nang fee. Yung iba naman, meron. Kaya, ang labanan, grabe.
Pero Jay, meron naman, you were saying earlier na for certain parts of the idea, yung buong idea itself, syempre, hindi mo pwedeng i-patent or i-copyright kasi, I mean, it's hard to prove, diba na?
Mahirap.
Oo, pero yung
source
components,
code, source code pwedeng i-copyright.
Pwede copyright yun. Pero madali lang yung source code. Papalitan mo lang ng konti.
Ibang
pero
language lang gamitin mo.
basta yung platform, yung pa rin yung platform no, di ba? Ang siguro labanan lang diyan, pahaba kayo ng PC. Para marami kayo ng pera kung sa marketing strategy nyo. Tapos yung pagandahan kayo ng product, 'di ba? Katulad ng Slack and Google. 'Di ba? Ang Slack may fee, 'di ba, na konti. Ngayon sabi ng Google, sige, unlimited kami, magbibigay kami ng unlimited na
And kailangan talaga maging competitive kasi yung pag ka talaga sa internet yung business mo, global yung competition
Oo.
So, hindi ka talaga mapoprotect ng patent kasi ang daling mag-start up sa other countries na hindi protected ng yung patents. So, yun, pagandahan na lang talaga ng product.
Siguro, pagandahan.
So, whoever makes the most noise, mananalo, di ba? Parang ganun na lang.
Kasi sa US, di ba, merong Salesforce.com, di ba? Ngayon, siyempre, may balita na bibilin dapat ng Microsoft for $50 billion. Ang gusto niyata ni Mark, ang pangalan yun, may si Mark ba? $70 billion, hindi sila nagkasundo. Ibig sabihin, hindi lahat ng big companies, huwag ka magagalit. Hindi lahat ng big companies, hindi po pwedeng, sila na talaga yon, di ba? Pwede ka pa rin, maliit ka pa lang, pwede ka pa rin lumaki. Nasa diskarte lang talaga no? Kung sino talaga yung magtatagal sa ganitong klase ng negosyo. We hopefully, yung pocket market, makita natin, 5 to 10 years from now, di ba? Talagang mga billionaires na kayo. Hindi.
Sana kasi, dollars din yun, di ba?
Dollars! Hindi kasi kung ganun, kung isipin lang natin sa Philippines lang tayo, yung drive natin, hindi masyadong
Yung Philippines namin, parang ito yung test market namin. And,
ayun, magandang, at least may sinabi mo, test market pa lang Philippines.
Of course, yung goal pa rin is to expand globally. Yun yung natin.
Pero, ang dami mong kalaban. Di ba? Ang daming kalaban talaga kung mag-expand ka globally. Napakahirap kung walang funding na ganong kalaki, na wala kang millions of dollars na gagastusin mo through your marketing, di ba? Medyo tagilid. Kaya alam, siguro kinakailangan mag-convince pa kayo ng ibang...
Step by step yan.
Pero sa Philippine market, ano ba yung talagang may offer natin? For example, na talagang pagka nalaman ko yung pocket market, sige, negosyante ako offline lang sa akin Pagka nakita ko, sige, kunin ko yan. Hindi na ako magdadalawang isip na makakatulong sa akin.
So yung pocket market talaga, it's a tool. What we decided to do was, for online merchants, there's so many different activities to be able to sell. So you go from Instagram or Facebook, and then you move on to either SMS or to Viber for communication. And then you have to build your own, if you want your own website, kung gusto mong may sarili kang website to to bring a little bit of sort of prestige to your brand, you build your own website and pagandahin mo talaga. So there's all these different platforms that you have to go to. Ang ginawa namin sa Pocket Market, we put all those into one. So yung Pocket Market has 4 main functions that we wanted to incorporate. So first was, meron siyang camera function just like Instagram, na when you upload a picture, pwede mo siyang i-integrate sa Facebook, Twitter,
pwede mo bang edit yung
Instagram.
picture? Hindi katulad sa Instagram?
Right now, wala pa siyang mga filters. Pero we are gonna integrate. So,
Then, ano pa yung iba?
Syempre naman, you don't want to add filters to your products, diba? You don't want to fool your your buyers. So yung first is you can integrate your social media using a camera function. Secondly, with buyers and merchants, very important yung communication. So when we meet up with yung merchants that are within Pocket Market, tinatanong namin sila, ano bang most important part of the selling process? Sabi nila, communication talaga. You need to build rapport with your buyers. So we added a chat function within the app mismo. So you don't have to go outside and use Viber or SMS. You can chat and they can inquire. Buyers can inquire now within Pocket Market. Tapos we also added...
For example, I have send you message. meron man notification, for example, na even though you're offline?
It's within the app. There's a notification, but you would need internet to receive the notification. So,
for example, yung ko is not opened.
Yung
packet, yung
app.
application app.
Yes, may notification.
Notification. And if someone send message.
Parang text. Parang naka-receive ka lang.
Naka-receive ka ng text.
You need to be...
Pero you send also text messages? No. To that chat application?
SMS hindi. Pero there's a notification that you receive the message within the application itself.
Okay.
Tapos, so that's why we added the chat function talaga. Kasi very important that your
sana
customers can ask
Hopefully
questions.
meron din. Kasi minsan, walang internet. Diba? Cellphone naman, laging imposible naman. Minsan lang siguro walang signal. Even though na offline ka, mayroong magte-text pa rin to notify you na merong someone is want to inquire about your product.
It's important din na may internet ka if you're selling online, diba?
Yeah.
If you're able to post on Instagram or Facebook or Twitter, it means you have internet naman, which means you can receive messages for within the app. Tapos we also incorporated a payment gateway so that
sa Dragon Pay.
Within the app as well. And also the fourth one is a storefront. So automatically magbi-build ng storefront or quote-unquote website
yeah.
for your brand. So within your first upload sa Facebook or Instagram or Twitter, mag-generate siya ng storefront without you having to put additional effort na. So basically, you're building a brand within... I'd like to say that you're building a brand within 2 minutes.
All social media,
so within one app, we put all these different... We took the capacity of different platforms and put it in Pocket Market app.
Okay. Paano nga pala ito? Saan ito makikita? Saan ito pwedeng i-download?
Right now, sa iOS pa lang, available siya. Pocket Market yung name. And then, within 2 weeks, available na rin siya sa Android.
So we're very excited to launch na sa Android. But you can go to
our website, pocketmarket.com.
Pocketmarket.com.
Pwede ka rin mag-create ng storefront from our website.
Ganun ba? Sige, magbe-break muna tayo at balikan natin mga kasama natin from IBM.
With branches all over the Philippines, Hotel Sogo is the hotel chain of choice for travelers and balikbayans. Affordable, safe, and complete with amenities, unlike other provincial hotels. Now you have somewhere comfortable to stay anywhere in Metro Manila, or even when you visit your favorite province.
If you want, pwede naman.
Sa gitna ng kabi-kabilang problema, may mga magagandang balita na magpapagaan sa inyong dinadala. Kabutihan, kagandahan, kaayusan. Warrior Angel.
Hatid ang mga mensaheng pampag-good vibes, iwasan ang problema, at huwag maging nega. Relax lang, enjoy life. Ako si Brenda Arcangel, ang inyong Warrior Angel sa radyo. Maghahatid ng mga nakakaaliw na kwentuhan, mga impormasyong napapanahon at nakaka-good vibes.
Feel good na istorya at level up na chika sa iba't ibang aspeto ng buhay.
Sa buwan naman ng balita, gaganahan ka na. Dagdagan pa ng mga beauty and health tips na bonggang-bongga. At ang showbiz chika, hindi mawawala. Mga hot issue ng bayan ngayon, ating pag-usapan. Ano mang problema, may positibong paraan para solusyonan yan. Samahan ninyo ako magpalaganap ng kabutihan at kagandahan. Ito ang Warrior Angel, ang makabulang weekend program na magaan at masaya. Let's be happy, wag na mag-worry.
Warrior Angel. Warrior Angel. Kasama si Brenda Arcangel. Tuwing Sabado, alas 11 ng umaga hanggang 1:00 ng hapon dito sa Radyo Inquirer 990 AM. Panata ng Radyo Inquirer, hindi lang mauna sa balita, kundi ang dalhin ka sa gitna ng mga pangyayari. Pamamahayag na may damdamin, hindi makasarili, patas at komprehensibo. Hatid ng mga mamamahayag na may paninindigan sa katotohanan. Sa serbisyo publiko, kakampi at karamay mo. Anumang pagkakataon, sa kahit anong panahon, sa balita, komentaryo at pagtulong sa kapwa. DZIQ, Radyo Inquirer 990 AM.
May bibilin ka ba? Baka naman may gusto kang ibenta. Log on na sa bigatintrade.com. Nasa internet na, nasa radyo pa. Basta bigatin, bigatin ka talaga.
Yes, good morning po ulit. Nagbabalik sa inyo ang Bigatin. Time check po, 10:35 na po ng umaga. Ngayon naman, makakasama natin ang mga magagandang lalaki naman from IBM. Unahin muna po natin ang External Relation Lead and Brand Communications Professional sa IBM Philippines, si Thomas Neilwagan. Hi!
Ay, magandang umaga, Ellison. Magandang umaga rin sa mga makikinig ng Radio Inquirer.
Yeah.
So, salamat sa pagpapaunlak sa amin dito sa inyong programa.
Okay, salamat din. Also, makakasama din natin he's the Technical Manager of Cloud Ecosystem sa IBM Philippines, Alexis Pantola. Alexis, good morning.
Good morning. Magandang umaga sa mga kabigatin. Thank you for inviting IBM to your program.
Oo. Kasi you have a new product.
Yes.
Yung Blue Mix, di ba? Kadalasan kasi ang guest natin dito ay mga startup companies. Ang malaking bagay yung kung mabibigyan mo kami ng idea and advices kung paano namin mas lalong mapapaganda yung produkto natin using IBM products.
Okay.
What is Blue Mix nga pala?
Okay, so Blue Mix, just to give the technical definition of Blue Mix, an IBM cloud technology that's positioned for platform as a service. But
Platform as a
service siya. So basically, it's our digital innovation platform, or we can say it's the toolbox for developers. So when you say it's a toolbox, you open it, you have tools. When you say tools, we have actually runtimes, we have services. So if you are a developer for PHP, JSP, .NET, Ruby, Python, or whatever platform that you are using, possibly it's supported by Blue Mix. And when you say services, those commonly used services, relational databases, for example, or even those emerging and trending technologies, Hadoop, business analytics, Internet of Things, even cognitive analytics that actually learn, they are all found in Blue Mix.
Why nga pala Blue Mix yung name ng product?
Okay, Blue Mix, first, when we think of IBM, we are usually associated with the color blue. So it's big blue technology mixed with other technologies. When you say other technologies, we have open source as well as third-party technologies. So a mixture of those. You can actually go to the catalog of Blue Mix and you will see why it's called Blue Mix.
Bali, what kind of mga businesses na should use Blue Mix? Ano ba ma-advise mo? Yung packet market ba? They can use that?
Yes, actually for Packet Market, I'm listening to the features of their app earlier. First, there's mobile app. So there are services under mobile apps. You mentioned earlier, sana pwedeng may SMS.
Yes.
There's a third-party service in Blue Mix which we call as Twilio, which will allow an SMS to be sent to a particular merchant, for example, or even to the client. You can actually do that. There's push notification as well. Even scanning your application if it's free from vulnerabilities. Alam natin ngayon, madaming hackers, they're trying to look for problems with application regardless if it's mobile or web-based. And we actually have the services for that one.
Okay. We'd like to ask lang what's the difference between infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, software as a service. Ano ba yung mga differences dun?
Okay. Thank you for asking that one.
Para at least, di ba, alam ng mga nakikinig sa atin sa mga startups natin na ano ba yung talagang pwede namin gamitin?
Okay. Kasi pag sinabing cloud technology, it's actually broad. So, just saying that kailangan ko ng cloud technology may actually be ambiguous. So, just to give an idea of what those infrastructure as a service and so on and so forth, let me just discuss briefly ano muna pag wala yung cloud technology. Let's say on-premise. I have an application, I want to deploy it online, which means it's accessible to the internet. Then I need to provide the physical server. It should be connected to the internet.
Yes.
May OS. Then the runtimes. I'll be using PHP or JSP, for example. I need to have the web server for that. I need to have a database server. I need to install the database server before even I can deploy my application. So that is the on-premise approach. It's in your office. It's in the data center of your office. You need to make sure it's running 24/7, the electricity, merong UPS, the internet connection, redundant, so that just in case one goes down, okay pa yung isa. That's the on-premise.
Now, very expensive to maintain.
Yes, especially for startups. That's why this is actually very fit for startups. Cloud technology is very fit for startup. going to enterprise. So walang problem. Now, when we go to cloud, ito na yung mga flavors or what we call as model. We have infrastructure as a service, platform as a service, and software as a service. For infrastructure as a service, the machine, the computer, internet connection, and to some degree the OS, it's already provided to you. So instead of you having that problem, paano ko i-set up yung computer ko na nakakonect sa internet?
Sa server.
Yes.
Directly sa server.
Oh, because even before you can deploy an application, you need to have that computer, that server that's connected to the internet. So go with infrastructure as a service. For example, IBM, we have what we call as IBM SoftLayer. You go to that website, you create an account, you log in, you choose. It's like buying a computer. You specify the specification, ilang gig of RAM, ilang cores, anong size ng storage, then click create.
Pay as you go rin ba yan?
It's pay as you go. That's what's good about infrastructure as a service or cloud computing in general. You subscribe to it. If you're already done using it, you can simply delete or what we call as deprovision, the charging stops. And what's good about that, walang concept na under-spec or over-spec because you can always upgrade or downgrade your machine if needed.
Anytime.
Anytime. Now, that is the infrastructure as a service. So if you will deploy an application in infrastructure as a service, the machine is provided to you, but you will still need to install the proper runtimes. So you need to have the JSP web server, for example, a database server. For example, in our case, we have IBM DB2. You will be installing IBM DB2 papunta sa machine provided by SoftLayer, for example. Now, let's say you don't want to be doing that actual installation. In other words, developer ako eh. So I want to focus on the development life cycle instead of setting up the actual platform. Then you might want to consider going to platform as a service. So in platform as a service, aside from the machine, the actual runtime, the actual services you need are provided to you. The only thing you need to do as a developer is choose the proper runtime and the proper services. I need to have a JSP web server, then I choose one, click create. I need to have a relational database, for example. I choose the relational database I need and click create. And what's good about platform as a service like Bluemix, for Bluemix, we provide various set of services like what I mentioned earlier, cognitive analytics, business analytics, IoT. So you simply click one, click create. You don't even need to know paano siyang na-set up. The only thing you need to know as a programmer is paano ko ba siya gagamitin. So it now reduces the development time. So for startups, this is very important. Meron nga kaming isang idea sa Bluemix when we conceptualize Bluemix. Fail fast. It looks negative at first, but in reality, it's good. Lalo na sa startups. There's nothing wrong with failing, but you want to fail fast so that you can recover quickly as well. So with this platform, you can actually experiment. Bluemix is considered as a playground for developers. Only it's enterprise. So experiment with what you need. After experimenting, you will realize, eto para sa amin, eto hindi. It's good because you only spent a little amount of time doing the experiment and then you can now deploy eventually.
Bali, for startups, what is your advice? They use platform as a service or infrastructure as a service?
Oh, actually, it depends on the need of the startup. We have
the cheapest.
It really depends. It really depends on the startup. We have spoken with different startups because our team actually handle the relationship with startups, with incubators and accelerators. And based on the requirements of their solution, some of them will go with infrastructure as a service because they want to have full control of the services. Now, let's say they simply need a particular service with no complicated configuration. So what's offered by a particular platform, for example, again, Bluemix, it's already enough for them. Then they go with Bluemix. Now, there are startups which prefer to use both. So there are things installed or deployed in SoftLayer, for example, or in infrastructure as a service, and there are other things installed in Bluemix or a platform as a service.
About security of sa Bluemix, naman.
Okay. Good thing with Bluemix. Again, Bluemix is the platform as a service solution of IBM. It's running on top of SoftLayer.
Okay.
So ginawa niyang infrastructure basically sa soft
Si
layer.
soft layer, yeah.
And
Okay.
soft layer has lots of regulatory compliances, including security. So that's something which is actually very important and strategic on the part of IBM, placing Bluemix and IBM technology on top of another IBM technology. Now, that handles the infra side. Because the one that I didn't mention earlier, paano yung application mo mismo that's being hosted in Bluemix. Now, we have a service in Bluemix called AppScan. AppScan is a vulnerability assessment tool. Basically, it's like a good hacker, a program which serves as a good hacker. It will hack your application. And if it's successful in hacking it, it will take note of that.
Okay.
And it will create a report and give it to you. And it will tell you, ito yung problems ng application mo, fix it, and run.
It's like an AI for hackers. Parang ganun ba?
Parang ganon. Parang instead, you can do it manually. But we understand that many developers have the background in the web development side, but have little background when it comes to web application security.
Security.
So,
That's a
in web
problem.
application security, you need to find the problem first, and then you need to fix the problem. Between the two, I think the finding the problem is the harder part. It's the harder part. So, that will be done by AppScan. Then, ito yung problem, developer kindly fix it. And
Okay,
that's how it's done.
yung AppScan, is that available for infrastructure sa soft layer and Bluemix?
For Bluemix, it's already part of the catalog. So you simply choose it, then click create.
Is that free?
There is, I can discuss later how you can actually use the trial version, and which is actually for free. But there's also a pay-as-you-go model for AppScan.
AppScan, okay. How about this sa soft layer? Do you also AppScan?
For soft layer, if you want to have AppScan, you need to install the desktop version of AppScan. Just to give some background on AppScan, AppScan started as an on-premise installation for IBM. In other words, even before Bluemix, we actually have AppScan. And you install it in your machine, and you run it, you point it to your website, and it will tell you the problems of that website. So you can do it as well in soft layer. But again, if I'm a developer, let's say I do not anymore want to know how do I set up AppScan, my suggestion is go to Bluemix, deploy your application, add AppScan as part of your application, then click create, then click scan, and that's it. So
okay.
in less than 5 minutes, you have already started the scan of your application.
Okay. Sige, di startup ako, okay na lahat. Nakasetup na lahat yung application, yung server, okay na lahat. Matutulog ako. Kahapon nanood ako ng San Andre. Yung sa San Silicon. Nakita
San Andreas.
ko. San Andreas, I'm sorry. Sabi ko, paano mangyayari doon sa data ko kung sakaling ganitong kalaki yung inabot ng IBM? Di ba? Or ng Amazon? Nasaan yung data center na may kopya ba? May copy ba yan? Ano mangyayari kung sakaling ganong kalaki yung mangyayari talaga?
Okay. Regarding that one, of course, in terms of natural disasters like an earthquake, a large magnitude ng earthquake, fortunately for IBM, for Bluemix, again, it is hosted or it's running on top of SoftLayer. SoftLayer, we actually have 22 data centers, resilient data centers worldwide. Okay, so meron sa US, okay, madami sa US actually, in fact. Marami rin sa Europe, okay, in Southeast Asia, we actually have Singapore. So the closest is Singapore. In Asia, Greater Asia, we have Hong Kong, we have Japan. We also have one in Australia. So basically, there are many modes to deploy an application in Bluemix, and there's many modes to use Bluemix. And given that there are many data centers for SoftLayer, that's how resilient it is. You can choose to have one in US, have one in Europe, for example, then just in case there's an earthquake in one of these continents, it will still be safe as far as your application and your data.
Do you have automatic transfer of data in case na may earthquake doon sa isa? For example, nasa Silicon Valley, di ba? Nag-earthquake doon, magnitude ganito, naramdaman ng Bluemix. Meron ba in data transfer kaagad? May lilipat kagad sa Germany or kaya sa ibang bansa na hindi na ako magkiklik.
For that one. Well, for now,
mas maganda yun, di ba?
It's programmatically done. In other words, the programmer actually does it. Now, if you will go with SoftLayer, so let me just briefly discuss SoftLayer, then you can actually set up what we call as a cluster without going to the details of that one. Ibig sabihin, your application and data actually reside on different continents already while it's being used, which means
But I have to pay bali mga servers for different areas, no? Different countries, no?
answer is actually yes, but that's what's good about that. Instead of your machines concentrated in one data center, it's actually scattered in the entire world, which means
Pero mas mahal.
no, actually no. It's just to discuss briefly the infrastructure of SoftLayer. There's even a private network in SoftLayer, and in SoftLayer, that's what we are proud of SoftLayer. If you will try to communicate two servers you own that are in two different data centers of SoftLayer using the private network, it's actually for free.
Okay.
So it's not an issue. Okay, I will spend less if the two servers I have are actually in the same data centers rather than two different data centers. That's actually not true as far as SoftLayer is concerned, because passing through the private network of SoftLayer, it's actually for free.
If for example, I want to transfer my data center to other country, do you going to charge me
Data center, well, what will
to
happen
transfer
is
all my data?
it's actually up to you. In other words, you set up a server in another data center, transfer your machine, and then decommission the other one. So basically, what you are being charged off is the creation of this new server. But
How about the service of transferring the data?
that can be what we call as a managed service. That's what we call as a managed service, or you can actually do it on your own. So if you do it on your own, then the only charges that you will incur is by provisioning another server. But again, take note, once you have provisioned the other server and migrated the original server to that new server, you can decommission the previous one. Then basically, it will be the same charging.
Jay, baka may mga tanong ka, kasi di ba you're using the other product ng company. Ako rin, ganun ang gamit ko, no? Why not try natin yung Bluemix? Okay.
Napaka-important sa amin ng mga infrastructure service, mga platform as service na mga
Saka mas importante, makakatipid.
Nakakatipid ang mga startups sa ganun kasi hindi namin kailangan mag-purchase ng sarili namin mga equipment, mga hardware na sobrang expensive nun kung magkano siya sa capex ng isang startup. Yung question ko lang is kasi we're using Amazon Web Service.
Okay lang yun. Ako rin naman yung ginagamit namin eh. That's why nga we invited IBM para sabihin sa atin, mas maganda yung produkto namin, gamitin mo. 'Di ba? Kasi dapat after this program, dapat na-convince na ako ni Alexis na why not gamitin mo to?
Yes. Heavily dependent kami sa AWS. How easy it to transfer, mag-migrate kami from AWS to Bluemix.
Since AWS is an infrastructure as a service, which I assume that all of the runtimes and services you need, are provided by you. So in that particular case, then transitioning to it has no difference with moving from one physical server to another physical server. Now, you mentioned that you are actually a startup. Now, IBM has a program called Global Entrepreneurship Program for Cloud Startups, or we call it GEP for CS. It's under the ecosystem team, so the cloud ecosystem team. So what we actually provide is a 1 year, so 12 months, $1,000 per month cloud credit. You can use SoftLayer and you can use Bluemix for that particular cloud credit. So you can actually experiment with it. Let's say you spend $500 per month for SoftLayer so that you can see how easy it is to migrate from AWS, for example, to SoftLayer, and you can have the other $500 to actually experiment with the Bluemix services. Yung mga sinuggest ni Ellison kanina, you might want to try integrating this to your application, because that's really the goal of Bluemix, continuous integration. There are new trending technologies, integrate natin sa application natin.
Okay. Tignan natin, matry natin. Actually, next Saturday, may invite natin yung top 20 ng Idea Space. Karamihan yun, gumagamit ng servers.
Oh, they had their final night yesterday.
Yeah, meron eh. Dapat, kasi partner namin sila. Next Saturday, sana nandito sila lahat. Sana nga, makaimbita namin uli kayo para at least, kung may mga tanong sila, actually, alam ko na, ang gagamitin nila ay AWS. karamihan doon, sigurado gagamitin nila. Pero, ang maganda lang dito is, may pagkakataon na makita natin kung gaano kaganda yung IBM, 'di ba, na produkto para mapakita natin sa kanila, libre. Try nyo muna, 'di ba? Mas maganda kasi may option lagi.
Actually, to comment on that one, we are actually continuously engaging with IdeaSpace, and we did workshops already with their startups, and some of them have already availed of the GP4CS, and they are already using it. So we had meetings with them and identifying anong part ng ang solution nyo should be placed in SoftLayer, which can be placed in Bluemix, and they are experimenting on this.
Dapat magkaroon tayo lagi ng mga events, no, sa Bluemix, no, para at least yung mga startups, at least may choices lang ba sila kung ano yung papipili, kasi ngayon parang wala eh. Di ba? Parang wala, doon lang tayo lahat eh. At least meron mas mato tayo makakatipid. 'Di ba, mas maganda yung platform, mas madaling gamitin. Tapos ang bottom line kasi doon, kung lahat naman ng services na ibibigay naman ng isang kumpanya at satisfied naman tayo, why not? 'Di ba, Jay? Pero sa tingin mo, ba't di natin subukan, 'di ba?
Pwede. Kung meron kaming time para mag-migrate, pwede.
Actually, migration should be easy. Yun lagi sinasabi ko, especially for infrastructure as a service. Pag ang question, will it work in SoftLayer? I'll simply ask, ang gamit nyo bang Keren Cloud Technologies also an infrastructure as a service? Answer is yes. Then, I'm 99.99% sure it will work in SoftLayer.
Paano ita-transfer nga pala yung database nun?
There are two ways.
Pwede bang mag-communicate lang server to server?
Yes. You can set up another instance of the database server in SoftLayer. And there are migration tools. And it would be easy if the...
Do Amazon allow that? To migrate your database to another...
Yes.
Meron ba?
I'm looking at it on the technical side, not specifically on Amazon, but since it's public IP.
Walang tool siguro, pero we can create a script.
Hindi ba masyadong pahihirapan para hindi ka makapag-transfer? Kasi, bakit ka ito pahirapan ko nga to? Hindi lang within one click lang, pwede ka na lumipat. Hirapan kita, ganun. In the middle of doon, paglilipat mo, sabi mo, suko ka na, hindi na nga ako lilipat kasi ang hirap. Ano tingin mo?
Madali lang naman gumawa ng script for migration.
Baka ikaw, do you have any question?
Ako, the technical side of it talaga, si Jay yan. I mean, I can ask you questions about your personal life, pero hindi pa din, di ba?
Mag-usap na lang tayo sa IBM, nasa same building.
Same building pala kami.
Same building lang ba kayo?
Sa Eastwood, yes.
Ganun ba? Napakalit naman pala ng mundo pa. At least magkakausap lang kayo. Di kalabitin mo na lang si Alexis kung may mga problems. Pagka hindi nyo kayang ilipat, baka meron sila makatulong na maglilipat. Diba? Ngayon, sige, napag-usapan na lahat, platform, lahat ng services, pricing.
Okay. Now, let me discuss for Bluemix. We have what we call as a frictionless pricing. So, why do we call it frictionless? We have this 30 days trial wherein you don't need to enter a credit card number.
Okay.
That's actually a big problem with some cloud vendor. If you want to try it, you need to enter a credit card number. Now, why is that very important? As I mentioned, we're part of the cloud ecosystem. We cover not only startups, not only the startup community, but as well as the academic community. So even students and faculty members can use Bluemix. So we do a workshop, we do a training. After the training, they tell the students, okay, create your Bluemix account, walang problem. And now, what happens after that 30 days? That's the only time you need to enter a credit card number. And even if you enter a credit card number, it doesn't mean you will be charged. So we have what we call as a freemium model. As long as you don't go beyond the freemium model, libre. So, libre siya. Magagamit mo siya. But of course, if you, let's say, use it beyond the freemium model, which means baka you will be deploying an application already, which requires more resources, then you are paying only for what you are using. So that's the pay-as-you-go model we actually have, which again is still practical. In fact, we have a partner. We introduced Bluemix to them, and they try to do some computation. They have this on-premise server they have, and let's see if you will place it in Bluemix. After ko pakita yung pricing calculation, linabas niya yung cellphone niya. Nag-calculate siya ulit dahil hindi siya makapaniwala sa price na ganito lang yung kailangan namin i-incur. by using Bluemix. So that's for the pay as you go. But again, going back, we have that frictionless 30 days trial without credit card number needed. Then you will go to the freemium model after 30 days. You can use it for free as long as you are within the resource allocation, and anything that goes beyond that, that's pay as you go. So it's really frictionless.
Siyempre, ano pa hinihintay natin? Bakit di natin subukan ang Bluemix ng IBM, no? Masyado na excited para at least masubukan namin. Sana masubukan mo rin, Jay. Para at least pagka naging guest kita, 'di ba? Wala namang masama kung sabi mo pangit siya, kung ano man siya, 'di ba? At least meron tayong options para may gagamitin tayo na iba. Pagka may bago, maganda 'di ba? And hopefully na makakatulong 'to sa maraming startups na makakabawas sila sa gastusin nila. At the same time, mas mapapadali sa kanila yung pag-asenso. At the same time, malilimit yung medyo magkakaroon ka ng problema technicality na mayroon technicality, no, na magkakaroon tayo ng problema na hindi natin yung tipong magda-down yung server mo na hindi mo inaasahan. Sa in-downtown pala ng Bluemix, kamusta? Meron ba minsan?
It's enterprise grade. Actually, what we have are maintenance of the services, but since it's enterprise grade, it's running in soft layer, then it shouldn't be a problem. 99.9% walang problema. That one I need to check with the Bluemix team. I don't have the data for that, but since it's running in soft layer, then it's actually highly resilient.
Siyempre, kahit brownouts, wala yung kahit baha, di ba?
That is something which is different if you will host it.
Malaking problema talaga.
Yes.
Okay. Neil, meron ka bang sasabihin or ano?
Yeah, siguro just to add, what's good with Bluemix again, just to add dun sa sinabi ni Alexis, si Bluemix enterprise grade platform, meaning yung mga startups meron silang access dun sa technologies na ginagamit ng malalaking companies.
Yes, yun ang maganda ron.
Without paying the huge amount of money that, enterprise companies are paying, IBM. So they can tap those technologies within Bluemix by just looking at the catalog, selecting what they need. So that's the yun yung value ng Bluemix for startups.
It's start small, grow big.
Okay.
That's basically what
parang si Pocket Market, no?
Yes.
Start small, 'di ba? Grow big. Hopefully, 'di ba? Why not? 'Di ba? Makita natin ang Pocket Market na lumaki. Hindi lang dito sa Pilipinas.
Sana in 1 year pagbalik namin dito, di ba? Pag may invite ulit sa DZIQ, we have a lot more to tell you guys.
Ang milyonaryo na kayo noon. Dapat milyonaryo na kayo noon. Di ba? Masyado ng yung traction nyo talagang hindi na natin compete, di ba? Baka bumigay ang server ng IBM. Sa sobrang laki ng market na natin. Jay, any parting words?
Well, for the merchants, try out our app, Pocket Market. It's available on iOS, Android in the coming weeks. So,
And also, since we offer merchants, access to social media, follow us on Instagram as well at Pocket Market App, and on Twitter as well at Pocket Market App, and look for us on Facebook, Pocket Market App.
Okay, Alexis.
Mga kabigatin, we would like to invite you to try Bluemix. Just go to ibm.biz/BluemixPH. Click sign up, and in just a few seconds, you have your application deployed already in the internet.
Okay, thank you sa aking mga bisita. Mga kabigatin, Ma'am Arnie, pagaling ka. Next Saturday, kita-kita uli tayo.